Hey, what's up, family? Hope all is well. Hope this video finds you well. Your family's safe and your love for twos and threes growing stronger each and every day. It's a beautiful day down here in sunny South Florida in West Palm Beach. This is going to be a shotgun video, nothing long. But I'm going to talk to you about the D&D Vortex baffles that I chose to run on my motorcycle. Why I chose to run them, why I selected them, and what has been the end result and my level of satisfaction. First and foremost, guys, let me just tell you, these D&D pipes are absolutely awesome. Awesome. I can't say enough about these exhausts. When I tell you these pipes are absolutely some of the best exhaust systems you can ever put on your motorcycle, trust me. Trust me. You heard that, just want you to hear it. Trust me. These pipes are awesome. So let's get into it. This is a 2025 Harley Davidson Road Glide CVO, Raven Fade color. And I bought this bike back in February. If you guys follow my channel, see my videos, I've taken you along that journey and process and what I've gone through with the bike. Obviously, I've done some motor work to the motorcycle and ended up going with the D&D Vortex baffle exhaust. The engine the engine is built by All American Cycles down in Miramar, Florida, George. If you guys follow any of the motorcycle industry, you've heard of All American Cycles. You know what they're about. You know the quality work that they do. But I went with the D&D exhaust system. And here's why. There's three. If you're in this point where you need to make a decision as to what you choose to run in your motorcycle, there have to be at least three pillar things for your consideration that you have to take note of. You have to do your research on. You have to do your industry research on to figure out which is going to be best for you. First and foremost, a little caveat here. Because there are tons of pipes out there. There's tons of exhaust systems, from Burns to HPIs to Basanis to Savicki's, and all done. There's a lot of great exhaust systems out there. For me, I am not a fan of the stainless steel exhaust. I'm just not a fan of them because of but some of those stainless steel exhausts, or they have that rust look to them, or they blue. Some of those look great and work great with the different paint combinations some of you guys motorcycles. And I'm not knocking stainless steels, those that have it. I think some of the bikes look great and they complement the paint combination very, very well. But as for me and my combination, I don't think it would have been the best looking choice to put on my bike. So let's just get that out of the way as a caveat. But for me, being that I have a built motor, being that I did prioritize performance with this particular motorcycle versus my last bike, I prioritized the cosmetics, the stretch bags and the paint and the bigger rim and all that good stuff. This time I'm stressing performance. I want my bike to perform. Not only perform, but I want my bike to be reliable to take it across the country or to take my long trips. Like I went to Atlanta for the second time in 2 months from South Florida with no problem, no issues. So, with that being said, I chose the D&D Vortex baffle exhaust. And I went with them because, number one, their freaking reputation is bar none. For the last 20 some odd years, stellar reputation, stellar work, awesome product, never ever failing on you. The finishes on the black finish is phenomenal. There's no change. There's no no fall off. And that company it went through a little setback here early in the year, and we had Miller from out in Australia. He did a video to where he had a client who had an issue with his D&D Exhaust.
So from September through to December last year, 2024, there was a small batch of pipes made that had some residual sandblast media left inside the pipe that wasn't cleaned out properly. This is obviously one of those things. It's just an accident. Things like this happen.
And first of all, let me just tell you guys, things happen, right? And things happen, and if you paid attention to that, you don't hear about that happening much at all after that.
Guys, this is a freak accident, okay? These things happen. All we can do is agree that it happened, move forward, and ensure it doesn't happen again. If you're concerned, give D&D a call. Tell them when you bought the pipe. You can work out the date range of the pipe. There's invoice numbers, etc. You can work out when the pipe was bought. But again, if your pipe has been on your bike and you've been riding around for more than 5 to 10 minutes, it's not affected. It's that simple.
What I did hear is they went in, they took care of the problem, which is a problem employee who wasn't thorough, who didn't meet the standards.
D&D have now employed 4 new quality control checkpoint procedures to ensure this never happens again.
But not only that, they took care of him. I don't know if he's still with the company or they went through a retraining process, but they also increased their procedures to make sure that doesn't happen again, from what I understand. So there's a lot of checks and balances, a lot of quality control that went into fixing that problem. But guys, let me tell you, this exhaust system simply is bar none top 3 of exhaust systems out there today, 100%. So the 3 major pillars, this is supposed to be a quick video, so I apologize, I'm going on a rant. It's performance, sound, and look. Let's talk about the performance first. If you have a big built motor and you want your torque number to be a certain number, you want your horsepower number to be a certain number, you're not going to have to worry about this particular exhaust system stifling your numbers, restricting your numbers. It is going to be, even though it's not a high flow exhaust like some of your race applications, this exhaust system is simply going to perform well, and it's going to get you the numbers that you're looking for. There's going to be no drop off. There's going to be no issues. It's going to get you the exact numbers that you're looking for. Guys, I tell you what, looks like I might be running into a little rain up here, huh? Man, let's hope this is one of those areas where 95 kind of curves a little bit and I can beat this rain. But it performs. This 147 motor, and this is a 200 horsepower motor, got 184 foot-pounds of torque on this bike with a regular D&D Vortex baffle bike. Okay, there's some people out here that's buying, you're talking about value for performance to D&D, you can't go wrong. There's some guys paying $23,000 and $28,000 and $3,000 for an exhaust that's still not achieving these type of numbers. Okay, these bikes simply perform. And me, not so much concerned about the horsepower because I'm not racing this. This is my daily rider. This is the bike that I travel across the country with. This is this bike for me, okay? This is my daily rider. This is not a race bike. I'm not dumping the clutch. I'm not doing burnouts. I'm not doing wheelies. This is my daily rider, all right? And so I don't need to have a race application on my motorcycle. I just simply don't. But I do want my torque, which is the number that's important to me, a high level of torque. So I don't have to, drop below and disappear to get going. I can just roll in my throttle and she's going to go right now. I can just roll in my throttle and she's going to get up and get out of there. That's what I care about. Get up and get out there in a strong, aggressive, and fast manner. That's what I care about. These D&D pipes perform, okay? They just do a phenomenal job. There's no fall off. There's no losing my torque curve. Some of these stainless steel pipes, you're going to do that, especially if they're short and mid-length. They're going to do that. We're finding out that some mid-length pipes are okay, but full length is the way you want to go, right? So performance-wise, The diameter, we're going to get into specifics. We can do that in another video. The diameter coming out of the heads, we get into those type of specific requirements, we can do that. But they just simply perform. No drop off, they're going to do a phenomenal job. And now we're going to get into the way they sound. There's nobody that can say D&D doesn't have a phenomenal sound to it. There's nobody, if maybe I should do a real life test right here. These young ladies right next to me, but if I were to hit my exhaust, are they going to look over at me right now? Who knows? Are they going to look over? We don't know. I'm pretty sure they will. Facts, they will, definitely. These pipes are loud, but they're not obnoxious. They're not going to drown me out on a long 14-hour ride on the bike. I'm going to have a headache and I'm going to be going deaf in 2 years, lose my hearing because of these loud, obnoxious pipes. I'm not going to have complaints from my riding partners who just happen to be riding behind me like they can't take it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I have a loud presence of mean grumble and grumble when I get on that sucker. I hear it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it's supposed to be. But right now, if I'm just cruising, I'm running by 85 miles per hour, 3,000 RPM, just a nice little rumble to it. She's just chilling. She's behaving. She's being good. So performance, sound, and the finish. There's another pipe that performs well. Hands down, guaranteed, no issue is the Thunderheader pipe. Thunderheader, you talk about performance, forget about it. All day long, twice on Sunday, that pipe performs. The sound, so-so. The finish, horrible. That's just my personal observation, my personal opinion. I don't like knocking companies because we're all out here trying to do right and do well. But I have seen the finish tarnish on those Thunderheader pipes. D&D has it down packed. They've mastered the application, they've mastered the process, and that pipe, the finishing is just phenomenal. So the finish, the sound, and performance, that's why I chose to go with the D&D pipes. Looks like I'm getting a little rain action. Looks like I'm going to be getting a little rain action. So I think I better just go ahead and pull over here and put my rain gear on. I think that might be pretty smart, huh? Yeah, I'm not going to miss it. Let me see. Am I going to miss the rain? That's just me. I just like chancing it. You look at the gray over there, and you look at the little nice blue over there. If I can run longer than what this is, I may be okay. Huh. Let's see. I just had my buddy DJ at Palm Beach Harley, give me a detail on the bike. I guess that went out the window. But anyway, the D&D Exhaust, guys, you can't go wrong. It's a phenomenal bike, phenomenal exhaust system. She's not incredibly loud. They got that big cat that's loud, obnoxious, right? But you lose some of your bottom end, your torque. That's where we ride, fellas. I mean, we're gonna get into cams. We're gonna get into these high horsepower numbers and bragging rights. But at the end of the day, we ride between 1,000 RPM and 3,500 RPM. If you got a good motor, a good cam, you're gonna be at 100 miles per hour at 3,500 RPM. I mean, that's just factual. You're not gonna be running 4, 5, 6,000 RPMs. You're just not going to be doing that. Oh man, that looks bad up there, huh? Yeah, let me stop faking. Guys, I'll check in with you later on. Be good, be safe, and keep that love for 2s and 3s going as long as you can. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this rain suit on because old Mother Nature saying I don't have a choice.
That sucks.
You hear them D&Ds talking to you. Rest my cars, group of cars. I'm about to get back on the road. Look out for me. I appreciate you, trucker. Good looking. Good looking, baby. That's love. See the respect? He ain't wanna blast me with the wind from his truck. Visor down. It's right off into the abyss. Let's go, blacksmith. Here we go. Hey. Through to the good, brothers. Look at this motherfucker here. That should be a little quickie though. Just got a feeling it's gonna be a little quickie. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal at all. Oh. I have my rain boots. When I left, you guys saw the video. It's nice, bright, and sunny, and relaxing. You know, when I left, but obviously that's not the case now. But yeah, and you know, I had a choice. I could have went with the big cat. But again, they talked about the low end and making sure I maximize my torque numbers, which was incredibly important to me. But you can't beat these D&D pipes. And everybody, look, at the end of the day, you know, we bought Harley so we can customize our bikes the way we want to customize it. We like what we like. You know what I mean? And these are just parameters I'm giving you, 3 pillars, you know, performance, the sound, and the look of the pipe. Those things are incredibly important. I met a guy at Harley Davidson who just purchased a brand new Harley. What's the first thing you're going to do to your bike? What did he say? He said he's going to go ahead and put exhaust on his bike. What's up, young man? How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Is today a good day for you?
Good day for you guys.
I don't work here. I'm a customer just like you, baby. But congratulations. Hey, look, but this one right here? Oh, man, she's beautiful, man. The white? Oh, hell, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. What made you go with this one?
It's lighter, cup.
Yeah.
Like the pearl in it.
Yeah. How long you been riding?
Since I was 20. Since I was 16.
Really? So what's the first thing you're gonna do to this bike once you get it out of here?
Put an exhaust on it.
You're gonna put exhaust. It's funny you say that. I was just talking about exhaust coming down here. So what type of exhaust you think you're gonna go with?
I gotta see. I don't know what the new ones are. I haven't been in there in a while, so
yeah.
Reinhardt probably, I guess.
Yeah. What's important to you in the exhaust?
Sound.
Sound.
So people can hear you.
Sound, definitely, right? Sound. What about looks? Would you do like what look you perform? You got an all blacked out bike. What you think? What color pipe would you put on it?
Black one.
Black. Yeah. Stay with the black.
Yeah, I like black.
Yeah. Sound.
Not big into chrome. So.
All right. Are you gonna do any motor work to it, or are you gonna leave it alone?
Yeah. Right now, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Use it first.
Yeah.
Leave it on the road.
Man, she's beautiful, man. Excellent choice.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you, bro. Super excited for you, man. It's gonna be a great weekend for it too. You got great timing, right? Yeah. Awesome. Nice. On the bike. That's how important it is to us Harley Davidson riders. And you know, and what's the most important thing to you? And for him was sound. So he's not worried about motor. You know what I mean? He's not too worried about the motor or performance. And you know, that's why you really have to evaluate what's important to you. Like if you're keeping your bike stock, right? Then yeah, you can go ahead and run some of the louder pipes to get that loud sound if that's what you like. You know, you can get that, no problem. You know, even if you just do a little cam, you know. But there's some other good options out there, and I mentioned them earlier, like, you know, those Vasani pipes. They come in some black finishes as well. Vasani, man, on some of the new Gen 2s and Gen 3s, with the right combination, they're performing. They're performing well. HPI is a great exhaust system. Great exhaust system. It's so great that they've created a demand by slowing down their processing and just having the availability, making people wait months to, or at least it used to be that way, before you can get a pipe. And they were one that I was considering when I was doing my engine build, but I mean, I didn't feel like waiting. And don't get me wrong, even D&D, you know, you might have to wait sometimes because they make the pipes for order. There's not a huge big stock out of these exhaust systems just sitting on shelves. They make it to order. It's a good quality company, name brand company, a company that has a reputation that has been stellar. And just for years, they didn't just come out 5 years ago, 4 years ago. This company's been out for decades, making quality products, man. It's just, I just don't understand, you know, how some of us is with our brand loyalty, and you have one hiccup, and all of a sudden the company's trash. Like, no, that's a bunch of crap. You know, because if that's your logic, you say the same about Harley Davidson. There was from the new MH back in 2017, you had the oil something issue with the oil pump. And so even now, in 25, you have this coil issue that, you know, why would we zip tie wires that break and cause us to lose power to our rear cylinder, right? But we're not going to go out and buy an Indian. Some of us aren't. The majority of us aren't. Some brand loyalty, but he made a mistake. What I would have liked for D&D to do is, number one, come out and take ownership. As you may be aware, we've had deviation from our standard of quality, a deviation from our process, with an employee who just did not meet standard. And this is what happened. Since this employee and his substandard performance, we have taken this action with him. And we also have implemented new policies and procedures to ensure our quality control maintain the excellent standard that we've come to expect, that you have come to expect. You get a company that come out and take that type of position, that type of stance, I'll tell you what, I'm rocking with them all day. Because to me, that's a man. That's manhood. That's good business. That's not just manhood. It could be a woman that owns the company, but that's just flat out good business. I can respect that. I can deal with that. It's those individuals that sit back and say, "No, that's your fault." Or Miller out in Australia, that's the way you did the work. That's the way you did the install. The pass blame. Like nobody likes that. You're dealing with a motorcycle culture. Like, we mean business. We don't play around. Every time we jump on these machines, our lives are exposed to exponentially a higher degree of danger than it is when we're riding in a cage. So deal with us like you understand that. Don't play with us. You know. Some companies do that. Some companies pass the buck. You know what I mean? Some companies pass the buck. I don't respect those companies. But yeah, I love D&D. I love their pipes. I love their product. I love their reputation. I love what they stand for. I love how to make my bike look. I love how to make my bike sound. And I love the performance. I'm sitting here running at 30, 33, 100 RPMs right now, and I can just, I better slow down. But anyway, guys, that's all I got, family. Again, 2 wheels down at all times. Be safe. Don't drink and jump on the bike, but get out and ride your bike, man, as much as you can. Get that wind therapy and enjoy yourself. All right? Glad to bear out.